Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the OC Housing Talk. I'm here with Tim Lorenz. I'm Mike Van Ruth. How you doing, Tim?
I'm doing well, especially since we got that error taken care of. We didn't even know it was an error, and I think we need to tell them all about it.
I like how you share.
Yes.
In it. It's actually my fault. Forgot to activate the comments sections in the videos. You know, all those little buttons you got to click. So all that's been updated in all the videos. So we're back in business. So if you were trying to comment to us and there's nowhere to comment, well, that was my fault. So
so now you can comment. Feel free. However, we did get somebody to write to us. I found it was really interesting. Somebody from as far away as southern Indiana.
Yeah, southern Indiana.
Which it just shows you how far you can reach out with a program like this. Mm-hmm. And we're assisting her as we are talking here today. But I thought today it would be a little lighter and not going into the heaviness of whether you should buy or whether you should sell, but kind of where are we and what do we do, especially since somebody's contacting us from Indiana. And by the way, if you're anywhere else in the country and you have a question, we can answer that too, and we can help you find somebody if you don't know how to pick an agent and you need somebody to refer to. Both Mike and I can help you with that. So we were able to help her with somebody in her area that could do the job. She had failed a couple of times. So yes, feel free to contact us on any kind of question, real estate related, but we really are specialists in South Orange County. Or all of Orange County, but South Orange County is our real specialty.
Let's talk a little bit about that, about our region here and what it's like.
Sure. I think that's great. So I don't even know if I can go through all the cities. I know I'm going to do this and then miss some. But it would be Irvine, up to Foothill Ranch.
Yeah.
All the way down to Laguna Beach.
San Clemente,
Dana Point, Laguna Niguel,
San Juan Capistrano, Ladera Ranch, Rancho Santa Margarita, Cotacaza, Dove Canyon, even Laguna Woods.
Yep.
Aliso Viejo.
Laguna Hills.
It's Trabuco Canyon. That's the funny little area because you have Lake Forest, Trabuco Canyon, area they call Portola Hills, and Mission Viejo. They all tuck up in there. And there's actually an area, Portola Hills, that no matter who you're dealing with, a city or an organization, you give them your zip code, either pops up as Trabuco Canyon, Portola Hills, or Lake Forest. It's like this weird little enclave where no one knows who's taking responsibility for it or something.
Exactly. You have an area over where San Juan Capistrano is a finger, San Juan Capistrano, San Clemente, and Dana Point are three little fingers, one above the other.
The Duhaney area there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all like...
Yeah, I mean, literally...
You have no idea what city you're in. Yeah. No one knows who's responsible for it.
Yeah, that's a unusual piece. But generally, South Orange County is a very nice area to live in. It really is. Its weather is phenomenal. It's known as the California Riviera. Mm-hmm. San Clemente being the most, has the least amount of temperature variation. It really does. It's just mild.
It's almost like the northern Ventura area. Camarillo has that same reputation. It has that temperate. It doesn't get too hot or too cold all year long. It stays within that temperature band. San Clemente is much like that.
Yes, and San Clemente is rather unique. Oh, we forgot Talega. I know we forgot Talega.
Well, Talega
and Ladera.
Well, Talega is San Clemente, just San Clemente, the north side of the 5 freeway. And you got Ladera Ranch and Rancho Mission Viejo.
Right.
Which
is
all
that
region there.
Area that's developing up The Ortega Highway.
Ortega and Antonio.
Right. So those are the cities. Like I said, we have very, very mild weather, very few days that are difficult in any fashion. We certainly don't have snow.
No. Well, on top of Saddleback Mountain when it's a colder day, but we're not affected by that because it's up there to hell. No one lives up there.
That's right. So it's not where homes are. But we just don't have it too cold or too hot. Now, if you live here, you'd say, well, I don't want to live the other side of the 5. I'll take Laguna Niguel, but I don't want to live in Mission Viejo because it's so much hotter. Generally, it's 2 degrees. But people don't really believe that. Now, as you get to the coastal side of Laguna Niguel, down along Capo Beach, which is part of Dana Point, and then if you turn to the right, you go into Laguna Beach. The beach communities are obviously cooler. You have breeze coming off the water, etc. So if you're way down there, you may have a difference of 5 to 7 degrees. But generally, it's moderate amounts, but they don't want to tolerate that small variance, which I understand. It's fine if you want to live on one side of the freeway or the other. It's all okay. There are wonderful communities. I think the wealthiest of all of them used to be San Clemente, but now is Mission Viejo. I don't do these calculations. They're done for us. But when I first moved into the area, it was San Clemente, and now it definitely is Mission Viejo. What does that have to do with anything? Not much. You just want to find a house that you like. We have them, lots of choices. But we are kind of a beach area from the standpoint of the people are fairly laid back. This is not a, quote, uptight city environment where things are rolling pretty fast. I know I had to get used to it because I came out of LA, especially doing business, and came to Orange County, and I felt it was really too laid back in that a lot of places, even the church I go to, it will start and people kind of wander in. It's not like everybody's in at the same time. So it is kind of a laid-back area.
Yeah, and you don't see other churches where it's like you're wearing your Sunday best. People are coming T-shirts,
flip-flops,
shorts. It took a while for me to get used to, so I'm like, whoa, it's real cash in here.
Yeah, it really is. We had a situation where I had a gentleman who I was training, and he wore practically Armani suits, and we were going to go to, he asked me if I'd come along with him on a listing, and I had been an agent here for quite a while. And so he came completely dressed to the tens, looked great. And I came with my casual shirt that you see me on the podcast all the time on. And the interesting part is I walked into the office and he said, Tim, we have that $2 million listing to go to today. Did you forget? I said, no. And he was walking ahead of me, and he walked up to the door, and the person was looking at him like he was from Mars. And then I got in view because he was blocking my view. I was behind him. And then you could see the guy relax. And the problem was he was overdressed for the beach community. A guy coming in a suit to list a home, and the homeowner is there in Bermuda shorts and a white T-shirt.
Talk about awkward, uneasy feeling.
Well, people don't understand. Every place has its own way of operating. When I worked in downtown LA, I had to wear a 3-piece suit, wingtip shoes. I mean, that's a whole different way of behaving. Here, they want to feel that relaxed environment. So it's something you want to. It's something that's nice. It's casual. People are friendly. You just don't have a lot of turmoil anywhere. And as far as crime goes, there's just not that much.
Well, Mission Viejo has been ranked as one of the safest cities for years now.
So is Irvine. Irvine is exceptional in that area also. So we don't have a high crime basically in the area, not much. There are some little pockets here and there that they have crime. Every place does, but I mean, it's fairly low crime area. It's a nice place to live. Weather is great. Shopping is great. And you get, I feel very blessed when I first came down here to be able to work in this area. When I first got here, there weren't any big corporations. There weren't any manufacturing companies. There was nothing. And then within about 10 years of my being here, we had almost all of the major car manufacturers' executive offices were in the South Orange County area.
Well, you know why that is, right?
I think weather.
Weather, but also you have these, CEOs, CFOs. They want to live, or they want to be able to drive into work and be close to home. So if they're living in Newport or whatever, it's just a trip up the road to Irvine at Costa Mesa and be at their office.
Exactly. So we have now a lot. I mean, we're not just a bedroom community as it would have been referred to then. Mm-hmm. There's plenty of places to work, and it's not just a bedroom community, but it is expensive when you talk to people who are from the Midwest. We have them come out and they go, "Oh my gosh, how does anybody buy a house here? What do they do for a living?" And my answer is always the same to those people. It's not what they do. It's they got into something, and real estate goes up here very rapidly compared to the rest of the country. It's not the highest. It's not San Francisco, which is way higher than we are.
It's not New York.
It's not New York. It's not Seattle. But it moves very rapidly. You get a lot of increase in the value of your home. So people move frequently, and they trade up. So you move into a house that you paid, $500,000. You sell it for $7,000. You've got $200,000 in equity plus what you paid down. You're now able to put more down on the next house, and people do that on a regular basis. That's how they get to the very nice looking houses, and it's not by the income they're making. Now, they make good income to qualify, but it's not the income they're making that they're making most of these moves on.
Or they're cashing in all the equity because the market moving up.
Exactly. So that's the answer if you're wondering how people could afford to live here. I think that we're close to, in this office, the average price is somewhere around $800,000, to give you a price marker. That doesn't mean we don't have things less than that. I think we talked on another blog that one of the condo I sold, which was a one bedroom, was in the 300s.
Yeah, low threes.
Low threes. And that's pretty much as low as I think we have in the market right now. And it goes from there all the way up to, I don't even know how high some of the...
Well, you start getting into Laguna Beach, Newport Beach, some of these larger... massive properties. You're looking in anywhere between 15 and 30 million.
Yeah.
They're
and
incredible.
Maybe more.
Incredible. Yeah. They're
and the beach communities don't have necessarily the most expensive properties. Some, as you get back, I'm thinking of Bear Brand can be fairly pricey, although it's not. I don't think you have a 30 million. If you get back behind that, there's a which is customarily San Juan, no ocean view, but it's all massive homes, and it's the old Bear Brand is what it's called. And they have big 10,000, 7,000 square foot homes. But the most expensive properties, the largest number of expensive properties, I think, exist in San Juan Capistrano.
Oh, yeah. There's that whole area on the north side of Ortega, on the north side of the 5. A lot of gated communities hilly terrain, and you wouldn't even know they exist there because you drive down the Ortega and you just see these little access points, but they're all
Also
hiding
on the
back.
on the south of the 5, you have them that go back in.
Oh, off Del Obispo.
Yes.
Yeah, you have all those properties up there.
And they're
but
not
those kind
easy
of
to know.
They'll start to butt up against Bear Brand.
Yes, exactly right. But those are, I'm just saying, if you were looking for the highest collection of high-end properties, it's probably San Juan. San Clemente has a lot. Talega being, which is going to be a city, that's why they set it up with a separate name, right now is part of San Clemente. Has a lot of very nice homes. But you have them in all price range.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just going through some of those. Of course, Mission Viejo has expensive homes. So does Laguna Hills. So there are plenty of expensive homes and there are affordable homes. We also have senior communities. You have a senior community in San Clemente. You have a senior community in San Juan Capistrano. You have a senior community that is its own city, Laguna Woods. You have Palmilla, which is up off of Mission Viejo.
That's Mission Viejo, yes.
Right. And you have Costa del Sol.
Also Mission Viejo.
Also Mission Viejo. So there's lots of senior communities, different price ranges, and very affordable. If you get into senior community, you can go from, I believe the most expensive is San Clemente. Least expensive is probably going to be Laguna Woods. I don't mean they don't have expensive. You can go to $1 million in Laguna Woods.
Well, the thing is, Laguna Woods has so many different enclaves and different type of residencies that it has the whole gamut.
It really does. But we have them down
Costa
pretty
del
low.
Sol would be generally pretty much all the same.
Right. They look more like houses. Mm-hmm. Laguna Woods being a city, you have condos, high-rises. Well, not high-rises. That'd be a misrepresentation. Mm-hmm. I think they have one, and that is a assisted living place that's called the Tower. But outside of that, 3-story tall buildings are not unusual with 3-bedroom and 2-bedroom condos. And then you also have cooperatives. If you don't know what that is, you can write to me. I'll tell you what it is or call me.
Yeah, it's a whole different kind of animal.
A whole different animal. They have cooperatives. And then they even have houses. Some of the houses go for $1 million.
Oh, yeah. My mother-in-law lives back in Laguna Woods, so.
There you go. Mine did too.
Yeah.
So we have a huge variety. Now, the senior communities are very affordable in comparison to the surrounding homes. I think the highest would be San Clemente, then Palmilla, then I think Costa del Sol, mm-hmm. and then a variety of all those in Laguna Woods.
Yeah, that's why when you're doing comps, you have to be very careful where you're mapping out, because if you bleed over out of the senior community, it skews the numbers badly.
Exactly. Now, you have to know what you're doing if you're working in those senior communities, which we all have. Okay, so you have senior communities that are set up for seniors. I'm going to talk a little bit about Laguna Woods very quickly. Laguna Woods has their own bus. They have people who will deliver the groceries and come. They have come in and deliver them for you, put them even in the kitchen. It's set up that way through their stores. You can sit on a bench. They'll bring it out. I know that through COVID, we had even better than that, where you have these companies that do it. But they can take a bus, go over, do their shopping, have it put into carts, go out front. They'll come pick it up and take you back to your unit and help you bring them in. There isn't an extra cost for that. That's all part of the city. They also have, if one is getting almost to where they need assisted care, they do have LVNs that will come in for a fee, of course, and do split shifts or a shift to come in and help the senior. They have so much over there. They have 2 golf courses, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
3 or 4.
All kinds of activities.
Oh, my goodness.
some of the folks we go dancing with, before they show up to where we're dancing, they actually have a thing at Laguna Woods where they have a little earlier dance. They dance there for a while. Then when that's done, because it finishes a little earlier, obviously, then they pick up and they head over where we are and go dancing some more.
There you are. Palmilla is one that is rather unique in that Palmilla has condos, but also homes and two-story homes. That's really unusual in a senior community. They look just like the homes outside, except you're inside the walls of the senior community. Yeah. It's very nice layout. There's many, many different floor plans. So they all have something to offer. Palmilla does not have a golf course. Costa del Sol has a public course that they're on.
Yes.
But Laguna Woods has their own course. I haven't played there in a while, but it used to be $7. And you had to be a member or be with a member. Mm-hmm. $7 to play golf. Oh, my goodness, that's really nice.
That is.
So anyway, like I said, they all have something. Those are the senior communities. Other than that, you have shopping of every kind that you can possibly imagine. We have malls.
Mission Viejo Mall. There's the Irvine Spectrum. The San Clemente now has that new outlet there.
Yes.
Off of Pico and right in that area there.
It's Pico.
Vista
and
Hermosa.
if you come up, yes, Vista Hermosa, exactly. It's between those two. Mm-hmm. And you can get to it off of Coast Highway either way.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot. It's a beautiful setting. It's not flat. If you come from a flat area, this is not flat.
No, depending on where you live, you can actually get spun around. I have a friend from Arizona that came out here, and everything's laid out in a grid there in Phoenix. When they came up in here, it had them so spun around because they're not used to driving around hilly terrain where you might be heading north and then a little bit you're heading south and you didn't even realize it.
Well, I when I first came, especially to Mission Viejo, I was so confused. As you said, you get spun around. Because I was on one street and then I'm crossing a street that I thought I'd cross. I was so confused I couldn't figure out what in the world or where anything was at. It confused me. But once you start to understand how the streets flow, and remember, you're in terrain that's flowing in a lot of different directions depending on where you are. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
The amount of hiking that can be done. All the hiking that's in Irvine, Newport Beach, Laguna Beach, back up in the foothills of Foothill Ranch, Lake Forest. There's Whiting Ranch back in there, O'Neill Park. Mm-hmm. So in no time, you can be out in wilderness, so to speak.
Absolutely.
And a lot of the views from those hilltop hikes are just breathtaking.
Well, you actually can take either a bike or walk from way up into Foothill Ranch all the way to Laguna Beach. And that creek is Salt Creek. And along the creek, they have paths. It literally goes forever. It seems like forever. That's a long way. If you were looking on a map, that's a long way.
I've driven it, and that's a long way.
Because you're literally up in Foothill Ranch. I say up because you're going from sea level, and then you're gradually going up until you come to Foothill Ranch. And then you go up in the hills. Mm-hmm. So there are places up there that I've sold where you actually can see the airport, John Wayne Airport, Newport Beach, the ocean, as a view way back inland.
Well, I live right there in Portola Hills.
Okay.
Our view, we look out, you can see the ocean, you see Catalina Island, and on a clear day, you can see Palos Verdes.
Exactly.
And you can see all that, and just and on a clear day, it's amazing.
Absolutely right. That's what I'm talking about, right up there, Portola and Foothill Ranch. Those are
right. They're
they
butted
sit
right up
next to each other. If you're right next to each other, so that's a way inland and not as expensive as living on the ocean. By the way, people ask how why beach communities are so expensive and how do they price and where do prices come from. And the way I like to explain it to people is on the ocean front, you might as well say you're paying by the square foot. Whatever you'd pay for an acre of land inland, and I mean pretty far inland, what you would pay there, you would pay by the inch to live along the water. Now, it's very expensive, but drops off pretty quick. If you're not right on the ocean front, then it drops off. Maybe you're paying by every 2 inches. Then once you cross Coast Highway, which isn't that far in, it drops dramatically because you can't walk to the beach without crossing a major road. So then it drops. And then as you go inland, the price of the land drops off all the way until you get to the desert where you're paying by the acre. Mm-hmm. So what it actually, if you think of it from the ocean inland, ocean being the most expensive, as you come in, the cost of the land is constantly dropping. So the value of the property, once you put a house on it, is much more at oceanfront than it is inland.
That's based on distance from the ocean, also climate.
Yes.
Because once you get on the other side of the mountains there, things start to warm up a little bit in the summer. And then in the winter, it tends to get a little colder on that side of the hill. That's
right. The other side of the hill can get into the freezing area when it doesn't on this side.
Yeah, and then it'll be extremely... I remember taking a motorcycle ride. I was on the other side of the hill, came over Ortega. It was hot. I wanted to melt. And then as soon as we came out from the Ortega and coming up on Antonio, you feel that cold air from the ocean coming through San Juan Capistrano. And I'm like, okay, this is why I live over here.
That's right. There's a big difference. But the mountain that we're talking about, the Ortega, is a highway. And there's a mountain, and it's 2,200 square feet, or 2,200 feet high. So we can get snow on it.
Yeah, it's part of the O'Neill, Cleveland National Forest.
There you go.
And when it gets colder and we have rain, you know the next day start taking a look because you'll see snow on top of it.
Absolutely. It can be gorgeous. So you can have snow and you're very close to actually you can go to Baldy, although that's not usually the destination. That's probably the closest one. I would think that's closer than San Bernardino, which would be Big Bear.
Big Bear, or you can go the other end, Wrightwood.
Yes, if you like skiing. So literally in one day, you could be surfing and then go ski. And that's the uniqueness of California. I'm saying this because we realize we're getting out as far as Indiana. I'm sure we're getting further. The area we live in is a sought-after area. We have demand right now for the homes here that is outrageous. Go look at the other podcasts I've done recently talking about how active our market is. But the reason is this is the California Riviera. It's just stunningly gorgeous. And people will move here for the beauty as well as the climate and as well as the safety. So those three things draw people to our area.
Definitely so.
And we have lakes. Now, some of them are man-made, Lake Mission Viejo.
Yeah,
and,
it is a lake, man-made.
And Laguna Niguel's lake, they're off of La Paz. Mm-hmm. And
there's a small lake there in Rancho Santa Margarita.
Right, there's one up in Santa Margarita.
That's man-made. It's not quite as big as...
Not nearly as big, yeah. Trying to think of what we're calling lakes. Some of you, if you're coming from an area that has a lake you could put a boat on, these are ponds.
Yeah,
we call them lakes.
Although Mission Viejo Lake does have some small little, boats that run around there. It's big enough for that, but nothing like motorboats or anything. It's not that kind of water sport.
Yeah, we're not there. You have to go over the hill where we said it was warmer and stuff, and that would be Lake Elsinore.
Elsinore.
A good size.
Matthews?
Matthews is on out further.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got Big Bear Lake, of course.
Yes, but that's not in South Orange County.
No.
That's after you get into Riverside County and San Bernardino County for those. But just trying to give you a little feeling for the area that we live in. It's a phenomenal area. We'd love to have an opportunity to help you navigate through or understand anything you want to know about South Orange County. We know it. We've been working in it a long time. We can help you find the house you want, no matter what it is, no matter what price range it is, as long as it's over 300. Otherwise, we're not going to help because it doesn't exist. But we can help you find a place to live in this gorgeous area if that's what you want to do. If you live here, you want to move up or down, we can do that. If some of you, and I hate to go into this negative area, but some people may find themselves where for whatever reason they've lost their job went away. There's been a medical emergency that has taken the breadwinner out of the house and you're afraid you're going to lose the home. Don't do that, especially not when the market is so good. You can still sell your house. You can still get out of it if you need to. And take money with you before you get into a bad situation where the house is going to go back or that you're going to have to go bankrupt. If you sell, we can help you do that. Almost anything to do with real estate, we know how to help navigate or get you to the proper places that may help. Some of you may have been adding your payments to the end because of COVID, and when that goes away, if you haven't found a job again, job went away, please contact us. We'll help you to try and stay in the home, or if you have to sell, we'll help you do that.
Very good, Tim. Well, I can honestly say now, if you have any topics you would like us to talk about, expand upon, you can actually now leave a comment.
That's right. So now, the Orange County
Housing Talk
has comments. Who'd have thought it?
Hey, let's just consider it an upgrade.
It is, yes. It's upgraded now. We're actually getting into the 21st century.
Slowly but surely.
Anyway, we're happy to be able to have that. We really did think it was there and discovered it wasn't. Please get in touch with us. Tell us what you think. Like us.
Subscribe to this channel.
That's right.
Also, all our social media connections are in the description section. So if you want to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, what's the other one you have on there? We have on there. Oh, LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
I keep forgetting about that one.
And if you wanted to get a hold of our team, it's the Elite Home Sales Team.
And the link
same guys.
The link to our website is there for Elite Home Sales Team, OC.com.
Exactly. You have to have the OC. The reason for that is there's one in Colorado. That's not us. So Elite Home Sales Team Colorado is not us, but OC is us.
As in Orange County.
That's right. Elite Home Sales Team, OC.com.
Fantastic. All right, Tim, another good podcast.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Anything else to add?
I was just going to say, so if you have any questions about our area, we know South Orange County, so get in touch with us. And again, let us know what you think about the Orange County Home Talk.
No, Tim.
No.
Orange County Housing
Talk.
I finally got him.
I can't believe I just said that,
well,
but I did.
Well,
I admit it.
This is an inside joke due to the fact that when we first started, I would mess it up all the time. How many takes do we have to do?
I don't know.
And Tim would check me on it every single time. So finally, I got him back.
Well. All right.
All right, folks. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Can't believe that.